Welcome everyone to our second movie chat show. Christmas special. We got Christmas coming up on, I don't even know what fucking day it is. Is it Sunday?
Saturday. Well, Christmas Day is Sunday, yeah. Christmas Eve, Saturday.
One of the days.
Yeah. So we thought we'd better do a Christmas special. So we've done Jingle All the Way. All three of us love Jingle All the Way. So it was a pretty easy decision. The top 5 Christmas movies is going to be interesting. We do later because I don't like Christmas movies. So like I've watched like fucking 5 of them in the last 2 days just trying to find 5. But yeah, in the end I had 5. I had 5 that I'd seen before and I was pretty confident with, so I went with them anyway.
So you didn't pick any you watched in the last couple of days then? No.
No.
We'll find out later.
Ones that I did watch a couple of the ones in the last couple of days. I did include them, but they were just sort of memory refreshers. So yeah, but the new ones that I watched in the last, there's only one new one that I watched that I hadn't seen before. I didn't include that, and that was, what did I say? That was Krampus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like it.
It's not a bad film. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't put in the top 5. So I feel like the top 5 should be stuff that I don't know that I really liked, like grew up with and shit like that. Anyway, how you boys going?
Yeah, good.
Fantastic.
Tired. It's Christmas, so
Yeah,
Ready to talk shit about Arnold?
yeah.
always.
Good kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I think we'll probably get a few impressions out of Geoff tonight. Should be good.
I'll pay for that.
We'll say later in the chat. Evening, Rack Raiders. How you going? Do we have homework? Yes. Yokai, Kumai. I hope that. I don't know. I'm sorry if I. Well, I did butcher it. So I'm sorry. How you going? Groggy. How you going? I did my homework, teacher.
Excellent.
Watching from Akura Bay in Japan. Wow, nice. Chels, how you going? Pat, how you going, mate? Caught up with Pat during the week. Had a good chat.
Had a good chat with Pat.
Yeah, you should have asked me because I love Christmas movies. Yeah, I hate Christmas movies. Haven't seen this Jingle All the Way. Is there much humanity's enslaving or world domination? A little bit.
It does touch on that, actually.
As a bit of a bum scare.
Yeah.
All right, that's the chat caught up with. We've got 11 in, so we got a bit of a drop off. We thought we'd have a bit of a drop off after last week because a lot of my followers are resellers, or our followers are resellers. But we've still got 10 people here, so we'll get started.
Welcome to the new viewers too. Thank you.
Yes, we're gonna start with a movie that we recently watched. This is a bit of an icebreaker. Do you want to go first, buddy?
Sure. I didn't really watch much this week, but I did go and see Avatar 2 at cinema. It finally came out this week after, 12, 13 years? So it finally got made, and most of number 3 is already filmed. So if you didn't know that, 3 is definitely coming out in 2 years. What can you say? It's pretty much more of the first one with better graphics. If you like the first one, if you want to give your eyes a visual feast, then go see Avatar 2. Story-wise, yeah, it's fine. Like, it doesn't break new ground on that aspect. But go with your family, go see 3D if you want to. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan?
No, it's just not my thing. Like, just in general, I don't like those sort of movies, but I couldn't give a stuff about CGI either. So
yeah, fair enough.
Doesn't help. But yeah, I didn't like the first one. I thought it just bored the shit out of me. So,
well, I always thought the first one was just a rip-off of Fern Tree Gully, the cartoon.
Yeah, Fern Gully. Yeah,
Fern Gully. That's it. I always say Fern Tree Gully, the fucking town in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fern Gully.
Most of this one takes place in the water, well, because of the title anyway, instead of a forest. So
I think I'll go see. I did enjoy Avatar. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
James Cameron shits me. I mean, he was awesome at the start. He did like Aliens, The Terminators, The Abyss, True Lies. Yeah, and then he fucking did the fucking boat movie. just a 2-hour romance movie with a little bit of a boat sinking at the end. And
Spoiler
then,
alert: a boat sinks in Avatar 2.
and then he took fucking 10 years to do Avatar. He took 13 more to do the second one or something. Yeah.
But I mean, if Arnie was in Titanic, it probably would have been a different movie altogether.
Yeah.
He would have kicked the shit out of the iceberg.
Yeah. All those people would have survived. It would have been like, imagine if Tarantino directed it and Arnie was in it, because Tarantino just changes history at the end of his movies.
Yeah.
Oh dear me!
There's a shitty Asylum movie called Titanic 2.
Oh really?
Not that I've seen it, but Asylum made one.
I to watch it, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Still disgruntled that they didn't ask me to be in Water Pocahontas. Geoff, what have you got for us?
I watched a movie that's probably on par with Avatar 2, which was Christmas Bloody Christmas. Look, it was good fun. It was direct. I can't remember the director's name, but he did VFW, which was another really cool sort of throwback to the 80s action horror. It definitely has a lot of John Carpenter-esque sort of feels to it. Like the soundtrack's really like 80s trashy sort of synth pop stuff. There was a lot of dialogue, but there was lots of good kills. Santa Claus going around killing people, a Santa robot, like what's not to love. The characters were okay, except they were talking about movies. Like it was trying to be a bit woke, I guess, talking about all these sick bands and sick movies. And the second she said that she thought Covenant was the best alien movie, I was like, this movie's like, that really
get out of here.
Fucking grinded my gears. Like, you don't fucking like movies. No self-respecting movie lover would say Covenant's the best in the Alien series. Like, I walked out of that fucking movie. It was good fun.
Covenant would have only been good if Danny McBride had played his character from Eastbound and Down in there.
I love that show so much.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it too.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. I watched Fall. I actually watched Fall a few months ago. It came out on torrents. It's just come out on Blu-ray. I watched it again. This is like a really interesting one because it's not it's a small movie in a way, but and the sort of unknown actors. The director's only done a few sort of average movies and shit. I wouldn't say it's a B grade movie. It's in between B grade, A grade. But I really liked it just because I'm shit scared of heights. This is like watching a horror movie.
I still haven't watched this.
Yeah.
I've seen the hype around it and I've been waiting. That's by the same guy who did 47 Meters Down, isn't it? That shark movie.
It is. I believe it is.
Yeah.
Scott Mann, his name is. But yeah, I just because I'm so scared of heights, it's basically like watching a horror movie for me. It's about two girls. They do rock climbing and all that sort of shit. They climb up this abandoned radio tower in the middle of the fucking desert that's like 2,000 feet high. They climb all the way to the top. They get stuck up there. What I really liked about it is they actually filmed it all. There's no fucking green screen shit. I mean, there is. If you go and watch this now, you watch the first 5 minutes and you'll be like, bullshit. So the first 5 minutes, there is really dodgy green screen CGI shit. But they actually filmed this. They built a tower 100 feet in the air, not 2,000 feet, obviously. 100 feet in the air, and they put it on the edge of a cliff. So it actually looks like it's 2,000 feet in the air. And the two actresses did all the stunts. It's unbelievable. So going into it knowing that as well, it makes it even more like
that's actually freaking me out just hearing about it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the making of and shit. There's no way I would do it. So I rewatched it because I just wanted to see it again, and I've been telling everyone about it. So I thought I might as well make it my movie this week.
I have to check it out. I do have a copy of it.
Dave, here you go. Tobes, here you go, man. Kenny Powers. Yep. I slithered out of House of the Dead. They cut out the nudity.
Wasn't that a bad movie?
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. Buddy, we're going to do some movie news. So,
Yeah.
Buddy's going to do it for us because me and Geoff kind of just go with old shit mostly. Buddy's up to date with like all the new movie news and shit. So
yeah, he's the hip one of the crew.
Yeah.
That millennial.
Yeah. So Bud's going to give us a little bit of movie news at the start of every episode. So what do you got for us?
All right, so I've wrote a bunch of headlines down. I'm just going to go through them one by one. And a few trailers have come out as well. So I'm just going to mention which trailer came out, but obviously we can't really show the footage. And then I guess maybe we can talk about if any of them stood out or if you're a fan of any of it.
Yeah.
All right. So probably the biggest news of the week, a few weeks ago, DC hired James Gunn and Peter Safran to essentially reboot the DC universe.
Yes.
And the other day was their deadline. They had to essentially submit their 10-year plan to DC. James Gunn came out and announced the new Superman movie, which will be Young Superman, which means Henry Cavill is no longer Superman anymore, even though he did announce his return 2 months ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, it's a reboot of the whole universe, so you can pretty much assume most actors will not be coming back. Wonder Woman 3 got cancelled a week ago. So that's the first movie news of this week.
I'm excited about that. I didn't like the new Supermans. I thought they were boring as shit.
I don't care for them either. No, I don't care if they reboot. Well, yeah, I don't really care for most of the Superman, Batman. I liked Suicide Squad. The James Gunn Suicide Squad, not the first one.
Yeah. When you said that, I didn't even think. I knew you didn't mean the other one.
Yeah.
We'll be having a conversation after the show. So,
I don't like the Henry Cavill's boring as batshit anyway. Well, I mean, Superman's kind of boring as batshit anyway, but
yeah,
maybe he suits him. But yeah, I couldn't care less what they do at this stage. They've fucked so many up. It's not funny. Apart from, I love the Joker. I thought the new Batman was good.
Oh, yeah, that was good. I'm a fan. All right, next up, speaking of Henry Cavill, he has partnered with Amazon to develop a Warhammer 40k cinematic universe. Honestly, never really got into the tabletop Warhammer game, so I really don't know much about it, but a lot of fans are excited for this.
I've played a couple of the PC games.
Yeah?
They're okay.
All right, Wayno's not a fan either.
It's just like, I don't know, like big Americans in space running around in ginormous suits, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
I just know they wear big space suits and big guns and they shoot lots of aliens.
Right,
Sorry to anyone who's into it who I've just bastardized it, but that's just my glancing at looking at a few pictures I've seen.
I think Ezra Miller might be coming on board as one of your new minions, Octopus.
Oh yeah, they're still releasing that Flash movie that was supposed to come out 3 years ago. So
that's crazy, isn't it?
It went through so many directors as well. All right, next up, Sony has announced a new Spider-Man villain solo movie with Donald Glover in it, and he's going to play the villain Hypno Hustler, which I don't know anything about, but hey, Spider-Man universe. All right, next up, Matthew Lillard, famous from Scream and Scooby-Doo, and Josh Hutcherson from The Hunger Games have been cast in the Five Nights at Freddy's horror movie, the adaptation of the popular video game. The roles are currently undisclosed, but the filming will start next year.
Yeah, I can get amongst that. That.
Never played the game, but I'm keen for some scary animatronics.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about the game. Not much of the game. Myself.
Did you guys see Willy's Wonderland that came out last year?
Yeah.
What one? Sorry?
Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage.
I don't think I watched it.
Oh, it's just him.
It's not bad.
He doesn't say anything like the whole movie. He just beats up on animatronics
and drinks energy drinks.
I got two more headlines before we get to the trailers. John Cena and Jason Momoa have been cast in an action comedy called Killer Vacation, and they've literally revealed no information or plot at this time other than they're going to be in a action comedy together.
With John Cena and who?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Aquaman.
I usually just stop listening when people say John Cena.
I have to admit, I really like his comedy, but I don't like him in the action movies. So it'll be interesting to see.
I don't like either.
No,
no, I'd rather not be able to see him. There's a bit of a dad joke for all the wrestling fans out there.
Yeah, going back here somewhere. All right, last headline, which I assume none of us care about, but I'll probably still watch it. DreamWorks have a Winnie the Pooh prequel in the works, and they want it, and it's directed by the director of Madagascar, and they want to copy the same vein as the recent Paddington movies, which are really good. So if it's anything like that, I'm on board.
I'm waiting for the Winnie the Pooh horror movie. I'm down with that.
Oh yeah, Blood and Honey.
Yeah,
you know it's going to be fucking awful though.
Oh, it's going to be terrible. I'm going to love it. I'm going to love to. I'm going to hate it but love it at the same time.
Yeah. All right. I've written a few trailers that came out this week. So the first one comes out next. Well, they all come out next year. 65. It has Adam Driver in it. I don't know if you've seen the trailer. Essentially, he crash lands on a planet, and he's not alone. There's dinosaurs there. The trailer looks pretty awesome. Gives Jurassic Park franchise some competition, because I'm totally sick of those Jurassic World movies, those recent ones. So
garbage.
So hopefully this gives a new flavor to the dinosaurs. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse sequel. The trailer came out, the animated movie. I don't know if you guys saw that 4 years ago.
That movie. Yeah, I thought it was great.
It's one of the highest rated movies on Letterboxd, the animated one. Christopher Nolan's new movie trailer came out, Oppenheimer, based on the creation of the atomic bomb. And the cast is absolutely stacked. I didn't write the cast down, but Cillian Murphy is the lead, and it has like Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr. in it. The Barbie teaser came out. Did you guys see this?
No.
Essentially, it's a parody of the opening scene of 2001: Space Odyssey. So instead of the monkeys, it's little girls, and instead of bones, they've got baby dolls in their hands. I don't know.
That's actually pretty clever.
Yeah. It's actually directed by Greta Gerwig, who has a bunch of Oscar nominations for her indie work. So it's not just by some director that's just been paid for the job. Yeah, and cool. And finally, Scream 6 trailer came out, a teaser trailer. I really like the fifth one that came out this year. Neve Campbell's not returning because they didn't offer her enough money, so she said, fuck it.
Good. I think I'm like one of the only people on the bandwagon who I can't stand her. I don't know what it is.
But they are bringing back Hayden Panettiere from Scream 4, and a lot of the cast from 5 are returning.
What else has Neve Campbell got going on, though? Like,
fucko, I don't know why she declined it.
I don't think anyone else is offering her money.
No. Yeah, she came out and said that she brings more worth to the franchise than what they offered her. So,
okay,
yeah, and that's all for the movie news. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Seen that trailer for Spidey, not really pumped for it. Thought trailer was too much going on. Still can't wait for the movie though. Cool. Yeah. I don't watch much animated stuff at all.
You got to get amongst it. There's some really good movies that are animated.
Yeah, I've watched a couple, but yeah.
The new Puss in Boots movie is really good.
Yeah, I got too much other shit that I want to watch. I'm keen to see that Greta Gerwig does with what Greta does with Barbie. Same director as Lady Bird, which was a great movie. What's Lady Bird?
It's a coming of age movie with Saoirse Ronan in it. It was nominated for Best Picture a few years ago.
Pretty sure I've seen it, but
yeah, it's really good.
We got the fucking porn links in here again.
She's also married to Noah Baumbach, who makes tons of indie movies.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to our movie of the week, Jingle All the Way. I'm gonna write. I wrote down the cast because it's kind of crazy how many people are in this. Like, I forgot. So obviously there's Arnold and Sinbad, and then Phil Hartman, then Rita Wilson as well. Rita Wilson, that's Tom Hanks's wife, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then like all these cameos from these different people. Well, Jake Lloyd's not really a cameo because it was before he did Phantom Menace, fucking Anakin. Jim Belushi is the Mole Santa.
How good's that whole sequence?
I totally forgot about that was him.
Yeah. The Big Show is Huge Santa. The wrestler, the WWE wrestler, Big Show, Paul White. He is the Huge Santa. Vern Troyer is the Mini Santa. He punches. He flies across the room.
Yeah.
Yardley Smith or Yeardley Smith, I don't know how to say her name. The chick that does the voice for Lisa Simpson.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, she's the lady that he buys the doll off, and it ends up being, but he thinks it's Turbo Man, but it's Booster.
Oh yeah.
Curtis Armstrong is Booster Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. And this is an interesting one. I didn't know this. I read this today. The tow truck driver who drives Arnold home is the wrong Sarah Connor from the first Terminator. So when the Terminator pulls the names out of the phone book and goes around and starts killing them and kills the first Sarah Connor, that's her.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's awesome. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I read that today when I was trying to find some trivia questions.
I hope it's not in the trivia.
It isn't. No.
So yeah, I have not planned like last week. I went through the whole fucking movie. I had a few people tell me they really liked it, but I just didn't. I thought it was too long and boring. So we're not going to do that this week. So we're just basically going to talk shit. Did you guys write down anything you want to talk about? Because I've only basically written down some lines that I liked.
I did not write any notes down. I just have a few scenes in my head and some lines.
Yeah, no, I didn't do any. I mean,
I've seen it enough times.
Yeah. I mean, that scene where he's chasing the ball to try and win the Turbo Man, like hands down wins it for me when he's running through. It's just so comedic, this massive man running through the crowd, chasing a little kid through the playground to try and steal the ball off him. It's just so funny.
Yeah. I love how, like, when all the other shoppers jump on Sinbad, and he's just like, Rodney King. You wouldn't be able to get away with that these days in a family movie, making fun of police brutality. It's an absolute pisser. I've got a line here that I really like because it relates to one of my mates. When Booster says, "Where have you been?" He's like, "Geez, I've been sweating like a dog in a Chinese restaurant waiting for you." Sorry, I asked to shut up. One of my mates always says, "I'm sweating like a pedophile at a Wiggles concert."
Disgusting.
Was that in the? Did you watch the torrent or did you watch it on Disney Plus?
Torrent.
Because I was reading through the trivia and all this shit that I wasn't in the cut I watched was like in the original.
Really?
I think they've cut that line out. And I think they cut that scene out with the actress where he buys Booster and he thinks it's Cyberman. They've cut a few things out of the one on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because she's like flirting with him and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when it was released, there were a lot of mums who complained about things in the movie, like when they were drinking at the bar and talking about stuff. A lot of the mums
yeah,
came out were like, this is not appropriate. And the reindeer, when he pours the beer and the reindeer's drinking the beer, mums were complaining that that's not family friendly. They're like, sit down, mum, whatever.
And the rest of the movie is
It's kind of like what we were talking about last week, how they don't make family movies the way they used to. Like, family movies, there's plenty of jokes for the adults in them. Like when you go back to 80s and 90s, like, but everything's so woke now. Like, they can't really do anything like that these days.
Yeah, cancelled.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like when we watched Back to the Future last week, I noticed in the background on the cinema billboards, there's like a bunch of like adult movies playing and stuff. Like they wouldn't do that these days.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't make it so obvious.
One of my favorites is Phil Hartman. I absolutely love Phil Hartman. Have you guys seen News Radio?
No.
It's like the 90s sitcom. It's got Phil Hartman's in it. It's got Andy Dick, Dave Foley, Joe Rogan. I think it was Joe Rogan's first thing he ever did. It's absolute gold. The first season is, if anyone decides to watch it, the first season isn't great, but after that, it's so good. And Phil Hartman is by far the best part of it. So yeah, I absolutely love him, and he's perfect in this movie. Like he's almost the same character, but he's a little bit more sly in this movie. Like whereas in News Radio, he just doesn't really give a fuck. Like so he just tells people what he thinks and shit.
Oh, he is fantastic in this movie.
I know you just love to hate him.
I know he's such a dick, but I love it.
When
He
says
just plays it so well.
When Howard rings and he answers his he's like, I think she's in the shower. Do you want me to go?
No.
And then he keeps eating the cookies.
It's absolutely good. And, yeah, obviously, like that's my favorite Arnie line of all time. Like I say it all the time.
I say it all the time as well.
No, like it's by far my favorite Arnie line of all the ones he's had. And there's like, even like the ones that are really common when you watch his movies, he's got like 50 more in each fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say it anytime someone around me's eating a cookie.
Yeah. And then the ball scene that we were talking about before, I've got a line here. After the little kid puts the ball in her mouth or whatever, and Arnold gets pushed away by the parents and shit. He's like, "I'm not a pervert."
So
Are we sure that kid is a girl? Because I've always thought it looked like a boy.
I've no idea.
I don't know. That 90s bowl cut.
You could never tell in the 90s.
No.
And then the cookie bit and then the reindeer bit. They're like the two most like iconic bits from this movie where he punches the reindeer. He just like, you started it.
Oh, how good Sinbad in this movie! Like he has so many classic lines and scenes. I love the bomb scene at the radio station, and how he's just like bluffing the whole time, and then it actually goes off. And he's like, "Some people."
Yeah.
He's actually in another 90s family movie with Phil Hartman called House.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Watch it. You watch it, you'll like it. It's funny. I haven't seen it for years, but I used to love it. House Guest, it's called.
They're originally going to get Joe Pesci to play Sinbad's role. Like he was the first one.
Yeah, I read that this morning.
Yeah.
He was too short.
Yeah, they wanted someone more the size of Arnie, the same sort of stature. But and then Sinbad. Then they're worried that it was too much of a like it would tarnish Sinbad's name, because he's playing the bad guy. He's like,
what name?
Yeah. He's like, no, like he's a likable character. I think people will connect with him as well. So
yeah. Apparently he improvised most of his lines. And because he was improvising most of his lines, when Arnie was acting with him, Arnie improvised a lot of his lines back to him. So yeah, it sort of shows how good Sinbad is. I read. Sorry, go.
Oh, I just said, yeah, he did a bloody good job at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a few bits of trivia here. I read that the movie was based on real life on the Cabbage Patch Dolls and the Power Rangers. Like with the crazy shit that was happening when, like, not like this, but full on, but people fighting in stores and shit over them before Christmas and stuff. And then also it happened with Toy Story with Buzz Lightyear. I got a few little bits of trivia. So Daniel Stern was considered for Myron, Sinbad's character, but he declined it because he'd done Home Alone 1 and 2. He didn't want to do another similar movie. He would have done a good job of it. Like, Daniel Stern's great.
Yeah.
Arnie's character, Robin Williams, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, and Steve Martin were all considered. Tim Allen was considered for Myron. I think Tim Allen would have been terrible as Myron.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that at all.
Yeah. The others, I don't know. Robin Williams could do anything. I hate Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Steve Martin either. Bill Murray might be a bit weird. That's all I got for the trivia, for the little bits of trivia that I found today. Let's catch up with this. When my kids were little, was the humour put in? Yeah. Bill Hartman.
Absolutely.
Anyone out of the war? Disney Plus has missed a few keeping. I'm a little bit behind. I'll have to watch this movie. Yep.
It's a good movie.
Perfect time of year to watch it.
Yeah. I was reading they were sued for 19 million because they reckon that the script was a rip-off of another script.
Yeah.
But it was later overturned and said that no, it wasn't. Like a few years after that. Yeah.
Yeah, some guys.
I read that they got a payout of like $1 million or something though.
Yeah. Some guys submitted a script, but then they proved that they'd already optioned it before that or something. What was everyone's own childhood equivalent to Turbo Man? Like, what toy were you desperate to find on the Christmas tree? For me, it was definitely a Furby or a Razor scooter. I'm a lot older than Furbies and Razor scooters. Mine, I don't know. Like, mine would be He-Man probably. Like
Voltron.
Voltron. The big fucking Voltron thing.
Yeah, I wanted all of them so I could make Voltron. Yeah. And of course, there was Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. What about you, bud?
Probably just the N64.
Yeah.
I went to my cousin's house and he had one, and I had a PlayStation and I was jealous that he had a Nintendo. So it's like the thing I wanted next.
They were good fun.
I don't know how people stay awake with stay. We've always fall asleep like 20 minutes these days. But yeah. Why'd they give his character a wide ass down? Well, I think how it suits him because he's just like this workaholic office job sort of loser at the start.
You're my number one customer.
We need more of that.
Big Rob, how you going? G.I. Joe's, all of them.
Yeah, G.I. Joe was cool.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to move on?
We can move on.
We can.
We're going to move on to our top 5. We're doing top 5 Christmas movies. This was hard for me because I don't like Christmas movies.
Yeah, same.
I think all of us don't like Christmas movies, and we're doing a top 5.
I think I've got one interesting one in mind, and that's it. Buddy had a suggestion before the show that we're going to go each, like do 5, our 5th one each, and then our 4th one each.
Yeah.
So, Die Hard. The first comment.
Of course.
Hey, Matty, how you going? All right. Well, my fifth one is actually, I said at the start that I didn't put a new one in that I watched, but I did. I just forgot. I put in Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'd never seen it before I watched it yesterday. It was awesome.
Wow, we talked about this. That is actually my number 5 too.
Oh,
Silent
really?
Night, Deadly Night. And I thought it just had the best catchphrase with the trailer. It was, "You made it through Halloween. Now try and survive Christmas." I was like, that is so good.
What did you have, bud?
All right, just before I say my number 5, me and Chelsea watched Silent Night, Deadly Night a few years ago together, and we both hated it. I'm sorry. Oh, could not stand it. We watched it. We watched it like back to back with A Christmas Story, which is absolutely much worse than that. And Silent Night.
Oh, that's a Christmas.
Fucking hated
story.
that movie. Yeah.
I read today that that's a fucking sequel to Jingle All the Way.
What? It came out before it.
It must be a different movie called A Christmas Story.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I did put an honorable mention in because this movie would have been my number 1, but because it's kind of set at Christmas, but it's not about Christmas, I didn't put it in my top 5. No, it's not Die Hard. It's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005 movie by Shane Black, Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. It's like a buddy like crime noir, and it's just awesome, and I recommend it. All right, number 5. It's one I mentioned to you, Geoff, the other day. Silent Night, which came out in 2021, last year. It says when you look it up, it's a dark horror comedy, but it is not a comedy. Like it is existential dread. That's so it's let's have a look. I wrote some notes down. It stars Keira Knightley, Matthew Good, Lily Rose Depp, and that kid who's in Jojo Rabbit. And it's about a poisonous cloud is killing all the life in Britain, and the government has issued everyone suicide pills to take, to kill, so they don't have to suffer through the poison. It's this family that meets up on Christmas night. They know that we're going to be dead by tomorrow, so it's just like the last bonding session. And there's like questions: should we take the suicide pill? Should we risk it? How do we know if the government's telling the truth? Is the cloud going to kill us? And if you've seen the movie Melancholia, I would describe the same feeling you get from that movie is this movie. So that's my number 5.
That's on my watch list.
Yeah. It fucked me up.
Interesting, because I turned Melancholia off after about 20 minutes, and I turned Silent Night off after about 20 minutes.
All right, then maybe it's not for you.
I have trouble. Sometimes I just have trouble like paying attention.
Yeah.
So there's lots of movies that I've turned off that are probably good. But,
yeah. Also, it's on Stan if anyone wants to stream it.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Anyone watch the Robert Downey Jr. doco on his dad? I haven't watched it, but I've got it. It's called Senior. Krampus? Krampus. Yeah, it's cool. I watched that the other day.
It's good fun.
I liked it. Yeah. All right, my 4th one is this is funny because it's so shit. But I watched this heaps when I was a kid. That's why I put it in. It's Santa Claus the movie, not the Tim Allen one, the fucking Dudley Moore and Jordan Lithgow one from like 1984. Like I watched that tons when I was a kid. So I actually put it on the other day, and I just skipped through it. I didn't really watch. Like an hour and 40. I probably watched like an hour of it, like just skipped bits and shit. Just sort of refresh my memory because I've seen it a lot of times, but I don't really remember it that well. So yeah, I just put it in because I'm lacking Christmas movies that I like. So I figured I'd put that in because it was one that was popular when I was about 7. What about you, Geoff? What's your 4th?
You guys seen
Sorry,
I think I've seen it a long time ago. When you said Dudley, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
My fourth one would be Black Christmas, the 1974, the original Didge. It's just one of those movies that set the path really for slasher films today. So it sort of made its own rules up. I just thought it was a really good movie. I actually watched the trailer for it this afternoon, and even the trailer is horrifying. So just watching the trailer was like, oh my God, I forgot how crazy this movie is. But it was so good.
I really need to watch it. I've only seen that awful remake that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't do
Avoid.
it.
Avoid.
Well, from what I remember, yeah. I mean, yeah, I went and rewatched it, Rob. Like, I probably wouldn't. If you think it was awesome, don't go and rewatch it.
Let it live in your memories.
It's actually not that bad. It actually still holds up pretty good. Like, if you got kids or whatever, I reckon they'd like it if you chucked it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about he's got Jingle All the Way? Secondhand Gang's doing his. He's got Santa's Sleigh, Bad Santa, Jingle All the Way. What was your fourth one, Bud?
All right. So again, this week and probably every week going forward, I'm probably going to keep the same theme of trying to do a mixture of different genres. So I went with an animated movie called After Christmas, which came out in 2011. Have any of you seen it?
No.
It's just a fun Christmas movie. Has James McAvoy and Hugh Laurie as a couple of the voices. One Santa forgets to deliver a gift to a kid, and his misfit son decides to hatch a plan to get that kid who missed out a present, in time for Christmas. It's just a fun family movie, and if you have some kids and looking for a movie to watch for Christmas, I suggest putting that one on. I believe it's on Stan if you want to stream it.
Cool.
Yeah, and binge.
I think I may have seen that when you gave out the synopsis. Then I've got snippets of stuff. Yeah.
The trailer was shit, and the movie was like so much better than it made it out to be. Yeah, it's one of those movies.
All right. My number 3. This is the one I said earlier that this is my one interesting one. I love this movie. Like, I've always loved this movie. It came out in the 90s. I'm not sure when. Maybe like 94, 95, 96. It's called Trapped in Paradise. It's got Nicolas Cage, Dana Carvey, and John Lovett's in it. And do you guys know it?
No. I believe I've heard the title, but I know nothing about it.
It's like 3 criminals that I think they just get out of jail or break out. I'm not sure. Anyway, they're on the run, and it's Christmas. They rock up in this small town, and they plan to rob their bank on Christmas Eve and shit. It's just it's kind of a family comedy, but more of just a comedy. I love it. I love Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey, obviously Garth from Wayne's World. My channel's called Wayno's World. I absolutely love Dana Carvey. I like John Lovett's as well. John Lovett's actually replaced Phil Hartman in News Radio when Phil Hartman died. So the last season of News Radio has John Lovett's in it instead of Phil Hartman. But yeah, that's one that I just loved. I highly recommend checking it out.
Add it to the watch list.
Yeah. The only good Christmas movie was made by Tim Burton. That's basically a Halloween movie. Well, yeah, I think you're talking about Nightmare Before Christmas. The guy that wrote it has said that it's a Halloween movie. It's not a Christmas movie. I read that.
Well, I don't give a shit. It's on my list. So.
Yeah. Sounds riveting. I'd know my technical off if I had to watch that. All right.
By the way, just a fact: a lot of people don't know Tim Burton didn't actually direct Nightmare Before Christmas. Henry Selick did, but they slapped Tim Burton's name on it just before it came out, and it's like everyone thinks Tim Burton directed it, which he didn't.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Cool. He's a wanker now, Tim Burton. He used to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
A bit like James Cameron.
Yeah.
I watched an Aussie Christmas movie a couple of years ago, A Sunburnt Christmas on Stand.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was
Yeah.
actually really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
me
did
and Chelsea
like
watched it together.
Sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
I totally forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me.
What's your third one, Geoff?
The movie I said that you guys should watch, which is Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale. I thought it was just really good fun. I don't want to give too much away, but if you're scared of like old dudes full frontal nudity with a few wangs hanging out, maybe don't watch it. If you think that's really funny, like I do, like pale white guys with little wangs running through the snow, it's hilarious. So it's good. It's really, really good fun.
Well, you make it sound enticing.
Yeah, I mean it's like a hunt for Santa Claus, except Santa Claus isn't the Santa Claus we know today. It's back to his origin, the fairy tale. He's he treats little kids very poorly. So watch it; it's good.
What about you, buddy? What's your third?
You guys are going to give me shit for this. 2003 movie, Love Actually. It's as much as I love my horror movies and action movies, I love a good rom-com, and this one just works for me. Everyone's probably seen it by now. It's just a love story set in Christmas with different intertwined over the holiday. Stream on Binge and Stan if you feel like rewatching it.
No, I don't.
No, have you at least seen it once?
I have, but I can't.
I have seen it, yeah. And look, I'm a bit like you, but every now and then, a rom-com goes nice.
I love a good rom-com. Like a bad one is awful, but like the Before Sunset trilogy, amazing.
The last one I watched was that fucking Pete Davidson one that just came out. Is it Meet Cute or something like that?
Oh, I watched it around the same time you watched it. That was shit.
Yeah, before that, I don't think I could remember the last time I watched it. Tim Burton wrote the book it was based on. They brought in Sally and Oogie Boogie to have a redemption arc for Jack. Okay. Gremlins. White Man Wang sounds like another weekend at Jonas. You have me at Old Man Wang's.
Yeah.
Cut his camera away. Yeah. No more fucking rom-com shit. All right, my first two are just really obvious. My second one is Home Alone 2. Like I watched this fucking so many times when I was a kid. It's not funny. Like I watched the first one a lot of times as well, but I had Home Alone 2 on like video myself. Like so I only had like fucking 15 movies, so I just watched them all over and over again. Home Alone 2 was one of them. So yeah, I put that in at number 2. Pretty obvious choice.
Well, my number 2 is we've already mentioned A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I just thought it was a good fun movie. And I love Halloween as well, so that's what enticed me more to it. And then it had the Christmas spin. And I was like, good, I can check that in my Christmas list.
Yep. What about you, buddy?
So my number 2 is Home Alone 2. Same as you. I wanted to put both Home Alones on this list, but I didn't want to clog it up with both of them. So I put number 2 in there to just represent both of the first two. I like number 2 a little bit more than 1, just because they go to New York and it's like on a bigger scale, and you see some more interesting characters like Tim Curry. I love it, and I got the shirt over there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I've seen that in the background.
Yeah, such a great one.
It is. It's a really good movie. Like I did the same thing. Like I was like, I can't even find top 5 Christmas movies, and I wanted to put both on, but I didn't. I did that last week. I'm like, I won't do that again. My number 1 couldn't be any more obvious. It's the movie we fucking talked about, the show. It's Jingle All the Way. Like, it's just really, not much more I can say about it. It's by far my favorite Christmas movie. So, putting that in as number 1. All the Home Alone movies were a must-see viewing for the whole family. No, Groggy.
No, there's 6 Home Alone movies.
Number 1 and 2 are good. Fucking 3 through to 46, no good.
Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't know, there's 6 Home Alone movies now. A lot of people don't know that, but only the first 2 exist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your number 1, Geoff?
Funnily enough, my number 1 was Love Actually as well. I'm joking.
One of us.
No, I had to go with Gremlins. Like, I just loved that movie as a kid. I reckon I watched it 100 times. I probably watch it every Christmas season as well. Actually, Nat, the more I watch it, the more I realize just how terrifying some of the scenes are in that film. Like, it is actually a bit of a horror film. Like, I know it's family, but I wonder why we're a bit fucked up in our age. Like, I look back at some of the movies we used to watch as kids movies, and it's crazy. Like, you remember getting put down to watch Watership Down as a kid? Like, remember that cartoon with the rabbits?
I've sold that. I haven't seen
it. It's a fucking nuts movie, man. It's full on.
Yeah.
But no Gremlins.
It's a little bit the same as what we're talking about before, eh? Like there are movies like that from like the 80s and 90s where it's like it's PG and it's pretty scary. Like it's like wow, it wouldn't get a PG today. Like, so, what's your number 1, bud?
I just want to say, Jingle All the Way would be in my top 5, but because if we do it as a movie of the week, I try not to put it in.
Yeah,
so I picked another one. By far, my favorite Christmas movie ever is Bad Santa.
That's good.
Billy Bob Thornton. I've seen it so many times. You know, we used to watch it on repeat. Just fucking a cracker of a time. And Bernie Mac and what's the other guy? John Ritter. They're hilarious.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, they're so good. And the little elf guy. I don't remember his name. Everything that movie just works for me, and I love my crude humor, and everything works in that movie.
Yeah, I almost put it in instead of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah,
I actually laughed more at Silent Night, Deadly Night than Bad Santa. So I chuck that in. Trading Place. I haven't seen Trading Places. It's one that I always meant to watch, but I never got around to it. Only with Dan Aykroyd eats hand with stuffed at his pets. After watching Bad Santa, I couldn't walk straight. Bad Santa was the go-to while wrapping presents after the kids were asleep. All right, we got the trivia left, but I've actually got something else. So I don't know if I told you guys I was going to do this.
No.
Little mini segment. Is it or
mini
isn't
segment?
It? We have to do it because everyone does it.
Record scratch.
Another one of those unintentionally traumatizing movies from the 90s. Wow.
Yes.
Is it or isn't it a Christmas movie? I've got 4 of them.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
4 of them that I've written down. The first one, I'll go with the one that's least likely to be a Christmas movie. Lethal Weapon. Is it or isn't it a Christmas movie? Have you guys seen it? I mean, recently or familiar with it?
I have seen it once, like 10 years ago, and I don't remember anything about Christmas in that movie, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, and I've seen it a lot of times, and I can't think of it as being a Christmas movie. I never thought of it as being one.
It's not a Christmas movie. It's on a lot of Christmas lists, like Christmas movies. It's totally not. Like, it's set at Christmas. They have a gunfight at a Christmas tree fucking place where they sell Christmas trees. Like, there's a couple of little things like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's not. Like, the real movie doesn't really have to do with Christmas. No, for the
Weapon.
Aussie Tip Rat, how you going? Crackers? I don't know what that means. All right, the next one, Edward Scissorhands. Is it or isn't it a Christmas movie? This is on all the Christmas movie lists.
Really?
Yep.
No.
No.
Yeah, no,
Mm,
I don't think it is either. People can shout out in the chat if they want to participate. The next one I got is Gremlins. It was your number one, Geoff.
It's a fucking Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
I agree that it is
Yeah.
a Christmas. He buys the fucking gremlin, the Mogwai, for his son for
A Christmas present, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there are people out there that don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Well, I challenge them to come see me and we'll have a fucking stand discussion.
They can have a discussion with your fist.
Yeah, you, me, in the back of my hand are going to have a talk.
Yes.
Chelsea is.
I need to rewatch it.
All right, the last one's
Been a-
Die
been a
Hard.
while.
Die Hard, is it or isn't it a Christmas movie? If it was a Christmas movie, it would be my number one. It is not a Christmas movie, in my opinion, at all.
Look, I like to just say it's a Christmas movie so I can add it to rotation.
Yeah.
But I think
Why
an
not?
honourable mention in there is like Rambo, First Blood. Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, there's a
That
Christmas
is,
tree in that one scene.
Yeah. There's a Christmas tree in the police station. So
So if you asked me a few years ago, I would have said Die Hard was a Christmas movie. But all those people online that just every Christmas Die Hard's a Christmas movie, it's like they're just beating a dead horse, and now I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
It's not a Christmas movie. I'm sick of that fucking. Hey, did you know Die Hard's a Christmas movie? I'm so edgy.
It's just not. This was not
No, I
about
don't care.
fucking terrorists trying to steal a bunch of money. Like, it doesn't really have anything. It's just set at Christmas. It's like saying Baywatch is a fucking lifeguard documentary.
Wait, it's not.
Oh fuck! I need to make. None of my mods are in tonight, so I got to get rid of these poor myself. I need to make a few other people mods. I might have to make the octopus a mod, but the problem is he posts half the shit that I don't want posted. Die Hard is a yes. Groggy, yeah, definitely had too many beers. Groggy. But the baby's getting old. He is getting old. Gets a
It's
bit
so
annoying.
old.
yeah, I think we need to shift it off Die Hard and start doing Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Trivia. Let's end this show.
Suck so hard at this.
This week,
Wait,
Buddy's on the trivia. We're going to... Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, just before we start trivia, I just wanted to ask, either of you, but especially Geoff, have you seen the newest Rambo movie? The fifth, I think it's number 5. That came out like 3 years ago.
I have seen it, yeah.
That is the closest to a Christmas movie. The whole last act is like a MA-15 plus Home Alone movie. Have you seen it, Wayno?
I have, but I can't remember.
I actually remember thinking that. It's like he's all grown up.
Yeah, they're all on the ground just like getting booby trapped for half an hour. It's so cool. Anyway, trivia time.
Trivia time.
Buddy's doing the trivia this week, so we're going to do it a little bit different to last week. Last week I did all Back to the Future. I think you're going to do like half and half Jingle All the Way, half Christmas movies.
Actually, no. I kind of leaned into more Jingle All the Way. There's like kind of 2 that are related to Jingle All the Way, but it's not about the movie, and then there's one just not related to Jingle All the Way, but it's about Christmas movies.
Okay, cool.
So, okay.
Right.
We'll say our name for whoever says our name first.
Yeah, cool. Maybe I should get a notepad up.
I like to think that Kevin grew into Jigsaw from the Saw movies. I love it.
All right. Are you guys ready for the first question?
Absolutely not, but go.
I'm going to be terrible.
So we already covered the answer in our recap of Jingle All the Way. What does Arnold Schwarzenegger say at the end of every phone call when he's talking to his clients?
Geoff.
Oh.
And don't forget, you're my number 1 customer.
Yes. All right. What color belt in karate does Arnold's son Jamie upgrade to?
Wayno. This is
What's
it.
that?
I'm actually colorblind, so
Yeah.
I gotta say blue.
Incorrect.
Geoff. It's yellow.
No, it's purple.
Yeah, I knew it was. I knew it was blue or purple. I can't remember what they said, but I remember him wearing it.
It's really hard to make out because I had to ask Chelsea if it's blue or purple. And then later in the movie, they say purple.
Okay.
That's right. And Arnie goes, he's like, I was there when you got yellow.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah.
that's right, his head. All right, we've covered this one again. Which famous wrestler plays the giant Santa
Geoff.
in the Conman's
Big Show.
Big Show? When I saw Jingle All the Way was when I started getting into wrestling, and I was like, I didn't know it was Big Show, but I was like had an inkling, and I was like always wondering, is that Big Show in that movie? That's so cool. Didn't find out for like years later. All right, next up, what's the name of Phil Hartman's reindeer in the film?
Wayno.
Ted. Yep. Yeah, it's Ted.
It's Ted.
Yeah.
Like father, like son.
He's like, Artie rings up and his son answers, and he's like, asking for his wife, and his son goes, "Oh, no, she's next door petting Ted."
Yeah. All right, next one. What is the name of the Dementor's group of henchmen?
I can't remember.
Me either.
I couldn't remember either. I had to like Google hardcore to find it because I didn't want to skip back through the movie. They are called the Demon Team.
The Demon
Which
Team.
I don't even remember them saying it in the movie, but
I don't think so. That's such a shit name.
All right, I found this one pretty funny. You might know the answer if you've read the trivia. There's a scene where Arnold and Sinbad burst into a radio station to name all of Santa's reindeer. You can overhear a contestant on the radio giving the wrong answers. Instead of naming reindeer names, which band is he naming members of?
Wayno.
Wayno?
The Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tito, Jermaine, whatever the other one is.
Yeah, it's just like Tito. He only gets cut off.
Yeah.
All right. This is a hard one.
Are we too old?
Pardon? You're too old. Yeah, you're too old. How many cookies are on the tray that Liz pulls out of the oven right before Arnold calls her from the phone booth?
Geoff.
Geoff. All right.
I'm going to go with 9.
Incorrect.
I'll go 13.
Incorrect. It was 12.
I was going to say 12.
I went with
I thought I'd like find a really one you wouldn't even think about, and yeah, stupid one. And I paused it and I counted the cookies on the tray.
I'm gonna go watch it tonight and pause it just to double check.
All right, I'm pretty sure there's 3 rows of 4 cookies. So, okay. All right. In 2014, they made a direct DVD sequel, Jingle All the Way 2. Name the comedian who replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Fuck no.
I didn't even worry about going to see it.
You want to take a guess?
When was it? 2014.
Yeah,
Tom
2014. Not Tom Arnold, but same kind of stature.
Shit.
Fuck. I've got no idea.
Do you give up?
Jim Owen.
The answer is Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, I remember reading that too. Fuck my life.
Also on a side note, do you know they made a sequel to Kindergarten Cop with Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Awful. All right, we're still 2-2, and we've got 2 questions left, but the last question is worth 5 points. Oh,
it's crazy.
Phil Hartman voiced which well-known Simpsons character until 1998, which was subsequently retired when he passed away?
Wayno.
Wayno.
Is it Lionel Hutz?
No, but you're close. Geoff?
Look, people are going to hate me. I don't really watch a lot of Simpsons, but is it that Phil McClure or whatever it is, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's Troy McClure. Yeah.
I'm Troy McClure. And you might remember me from such things as blah blah blah.
Should I give him the point?
Half a point.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you a point. All right. Get your note. Get your notepad out, and I need you to write a few things down.
I don't have a notepad,
All right.
but
All right,
I'll write it on this blue tack. Rough as guts.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, go.
Name one. Name the. I didn't write it how I wanted to say it. All right. Name the top 5 highest grossing Christmas movies of all time. You get a point for each one correctly.
Fuck. Do we have to get them in order?
You don't have to get them in order, but if you do, I'll give you an extra point.
Top 5 highest
Top
grossing.
5 highest worldwide. Worldwide.
We could be sitting here for ages thinking about this.
I'll give you. No. How long? Just say when you're done, I guess. And then we'll take turns. I'll take turns doing it.
So is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
According to Wikipedia, no, it wasn't on there. So.
Fuck, I don't know what
I've
to
got
put in
no
here.
idea. Absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
I've got 3.
All right. Do you just want to write 2 random ones down to fill out 5?
All right.
All right.
Fuck, I don't know.
All right, I'm done.
All right. Wayno, which 5 did you guess?
I went with, just to prove that I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I went Home Alone 2. Jingle. I know Jingle All the Way made 129 million or some shit. Home Alone, Love Actually, and Bad Santa.
Okay. Which ones did you say, Geoff?
I said Gremlins, Miracle on whatever that street is, Santa Claus, Home Alone, and then Gremlins again.
All right. So Wayno got 2 out of 5. So
I should have said Elf.
And Geoff got 1 out. And the correct 5 in. Am I breaking up?
You come back now, yeah.
All right. So Wayno got 2 points. Geoff got 1. So in order of the top 5 grossing movies, is The Grinch 2018 animated movie is number 1. Number 2 is Home Alone 1. So there's a point for Wayno. Number 3 is Home Alone. Number 3 is Home Alone 2. Number 4 is Jim Carrey's The Grinch. And number 5 is Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol that came out in 2009.
It's got to be those new animated, not new.
So the winner, it's a tie. I didn't make a tiebreaker. It's 4-all.
Didn't we get a tie last week?
Yeah.
Tiebreaker. Oh, shit.
No,
I didn't think that far.
Don't do a tiebreaker. We're going to... So I just decided without telling you. We'll just keep a tally. So like you guys both got 3 last week. So you're on 3, buddy. I'm on 4. Geoff's on 7. And we'll all catch up to each other.
Okay.
So this week I'm the champion.
Geoff's had 2 goes, but we've only had 1. And you got screwed a little bit because I only did 10 points. You did like 14.
Yeah, I know. So it doesn't really work out, does it?
No. But we'll just ignore it.
Yeah.
Do tournament style trivia. That's it. Well done.
That's it.
Anyone else? Sorry.
What we got to do? Set homework. We can't go.
Yeah.
Geoff's picking next week. Do you want to tell us what you've chosen, Geoff?
Look, it came down to 2 choices for me. I was told I needed to keep it kind of mainstream because I Otherwise, I'll go off on some weird tangent. We'll be watching some shit going, what the fuck are we watching? So I went back to just my teenage years of what was in high rotation for me. And it was Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. And then the other one that popped into my mind was the movie The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, which I just loved. But Wayno's like, he also loves Demolition Man.
Yeah.
So we decided we'll go with Demolition Man. It's just a good, fun family movie.
I just want to chime in.
Yeah, go.
Demolition Man is on Binge. So if anyone has Binge, you can stream it on there.
Cool. Yeah, I love Demolition Man as well. I've seen it heaps of times. Eddie Murphy, I'm not even really an Eddie Murphy fan. I haven't seen The Golden Child. He is in one of the movies, probably one of my favorite-ish movies, Life, with Martin Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. Fuck off, you porn bastards. Yeah, Demolition Man, gold. Sandra Bullock.
Sounds good.
And if you get your hands on it, watch The Golden Child. It's a great movie. Wesley Snipes. Eddie Murphy plays like a social worker who gets employed to find a missing Tibetan, like little wizard, and these evil guys kidnap him, and it's just funny.
I can't say I've seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. All right, that's it. Hour and 15 minutes. Well done. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. We'll see you. We'll see everyone next week for Demolition Man.
Peace out.
Overload.